We all like different foods. We all like different video games. We all like different books. This book is about, even though people might be different and like different things or act different, we can still be good friends with them. You ready? So your job right now is, I want to see your pretty eyes looking at me, and your ears listening, and your body being still. Can you do that? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. And thank you for having us here today. You want to introduce yourself?
Well, I just wanted to tell you that, not very often that you get to meet the person who's actually written the book. So I'm really excited to be here with Melissa today. I'm Bob Weinroth. I'm actually on a city council in Boca Raton, which means I'm the guy who is making the laws that your mom and dad have to follow. So I've been reading this book to some children in Boca Raton, and I thought it would be great to come up here today and read this book for you today, because I think it's really an interesting book. And like she was saying, like Melissa was saying, you're going to see it from two people's eyes. It's like you telling a story the way you saw something happen, and then you telling a story, the same things happening, but you see it a little bit differently. And so now we're going to first have the story being read through Ruthie's eyes, and then I'm going to read the story through the boy's eyes. So let's do the first thing.
Ready? And you might recognize, now these children are a little bit younger than you. They are probably in kindergarten or first grade, but they still have, it's still going to be fun to think about some of the things that you did when you were the same age. My name is Ruthie, and a new boy started school today. His name is Clay. Guess what? He's the cutest little boy I've ever seen. He seems so scared, and he does not talk. Some people don't talk, but they can communicate with their bodies or the way they're looking with their eyes. The sweet little guy just cries, and he hums really loudly, and he flaps his hands. Mrs. Hope reminds us that even though everybody is different, we can still be exceptionally good friends. So even though someone might be different than you, you can still be their good friend. The whole class welcomes him to our school family by singing a special song. Welcome to our class. Oh no, he covers his ears and he cries. Does anyone ever, did any of you guys not like any loud sounds? Does some sounds ever scare you? Does that happen to you sometimes? Yeah, Clay's just like that. The sound of the music scared him. Mrs. Hope goes over our class rules by showing us pictures of children playing together, sharing, and picking up their work, and more. Next, she shows Clay our schedule. Do y'all have a schedule in your classroom? You know what's coming next? Sometimes it helps to see that, to see what's coming next. She shows Clay our schedule for the whole day. Clay looks at the pictures, and he smiles. He feels safe knowing what's going to happen next. And when you can watch this in the book, what Clay does to help himself feel better when he does feel scared about a sound or what's going on. Every morning, Mrs. Hope gets us to exercise. Who likes to move their bodies around and go outside and play? It's good for your bodies and good for your mind. Mrs. Hope, the teacher, says it helps us be strong and healthy. I can pull a friend in a wagon. I can ride a bicycle. I can ride a scooter. Who likes scooters? Give me a thumbs up. I can jump on a hippity hop, or I can do jumping jacks or windmills with my friends. Yay! I choose a blue scooter and I zoom around. Clay chases me. He likes me. Mrs. Hope tries to get Clay to bounce on the hippity hop. Who's ever done a hippity hop before? Yeah? But he screams and he cries. I wonder if Clay has ever seen a hippity hop before. Sometimes when we see something new, we get a little bit scared, right? And we can take a deep breath and be brave and try it. And Ruthie's a good friend. Ruthie gets on the hippity hop and shows him how to hop. She says, just like this, Clay, 1, 2, 3. Clay's face lights up. He smiles. And he counts. He counts all the way to 25. Yay, Clay! He's such a smart boy. Ruthie decides that she's going to jump with Clay every single day and count with him. Who's good at counting? Yeah? I bet you are. Who's good with numbers and loves numbers? Yeah. Those are things that Clay's really good at too. Every day at center time, Clay chooses the train center. Do y'all remember playing with the trains when you were younger? You still might like trains, because trains are super cool and super fun. He lines up all the cars with the engine first, the caboose last, and the blue and white cars in between. The same way every day. He's cool like that. I count his trains and he counts with me. He's the best counter ever. At first he would yell and grab a train from me. Clay still needs to learn how to share, right? But Ruthie's a good friend. Watch what Ruthie does. And Mrs. Hope, his teacher, helps too. Mrs. Hope wrote a special story about Clay sharing his trains and read it to him. He loves to look at the story and the pictures of him and me with the trains. He's getting much better at sharing. The special story Mrs. Hope wrote helped him. Who's getting better at sharing? Is it fun to share with your friends? It is. It's more fun to do things together than by yourself sometimes, right? And sometimes it's okay to do things by yourself. Recess is my favorite. If you love recess, give me thumbs up. Yeah. I love to chase all my friends. We all take turns going super fast down the slide. Zoom. Clay loves to pick up little rocks and drop them down the drain. So he's not playing, he's just dropping rocks down the drain because that feels good to Clay. All recess, that's what he does. Every day I run by him and call his name. He acts like I'm invisible. Sometimes he watches all of his friends run by, but he never chases us and he never slides down with us. Today we got a cool new bouncy car, and we all take turns acting like we're driving all of our friends to Disney World. Wouldn't that be fun for us all to get in the car and go to Disney World? That would be awesome, huh? We all call Clay to come ride with us. He walks over and he watches us bouncing up and down, and he flaps his hands, and that's his way of saying, I'm excited. And he smiles, and he's so cute, and guess what? He climbs on the car, and he bounces with them, because they are being a good friend. They kept calling him, come play, Clay, come play. Do you have some friends you have to ask a lot to play with you? Yeah or no? Yeah? And you just keep trying. And guess what? One day it'll pay off. Your friend will probably come play with you. It's autumn now, it's fall, and Clay bounces with me every day. He chased me all the way around the playground, and he threw the leaves up in the air, and he laughed and he laughed. Now do you see they're becoming friends? They're forming a friendship, just like you have formed a friendship with your friends. At snack time, Clay just sits at the table and cries. Clay's having a hard time learning how to talk. Sometimes we have a hard time learning how to read. When I was little, guess what? I had a hard time learning how to read. I had dyslexia. So I had to work super hard at learning how to read. Everyone has to work hard at stuff. Yes. Dyslexia is when you have a hard time reading words in books and a hard time understanding it.
The words jumbled up.
Yeah.
When you look at them.
Yeah. So I have to work extra hard. Y'all have to work extra hard at learning some things, and then some things come easy to you. Clay has a hard time learning how to talk when he's little. Mrs. Hope holds up choices of apples and goldfish crackers, and he cries because he doesn't know how to ask for them. Mrs. Hope says, do you want apples or fish crackers? I want fish crackers, she says, to help him say it, but Clay doesn't say it. She gives him 3 crackers and he eats them up. For weeks now, Mrs. Hope has been giving Clay choices at snack time. Guess what happened today? Clay said, I want apples. He talked for the first time. He gets 4 apple slices from Mrs. Hope. We're so happy that our friend used his words and we all cheer for him. Do you cheer for each other when you all figure out something and do something that's hard? Because you care about each other and you say, way to go. Or you can do it. Keep trying. Don't give up. I love to learn new things. We're learning about our 5 senses. You know your 5 senses? Your sense of sight. Yeah, your sense of hearing, your sense of smelling, and your sense of
taste,
and your sense of
feeling,
touch and feeling. Awesome. So that's what they're learning about. Wow, I hear with my ears, smell with my nose, taste with my mouth, see with my green eyes, and touch and feel with my hands. Mrs. Hope tells me that some people's senses work differently. I want you to really think about this. Some people might need to wear glasses, like me, so I can see better. Some people can't hear that well. You know what they need if they can't hear well? They might need a hearing aid. Or they might use sign language or read your lips. Some people have super sensitive senses. The light might hurt their eyes, or the sound might hurt their ears, or maybe their shirt might have scratchy tags in it. Does your clothes ever bother you? Because they're too scratchy? Yeah, or too tight? I hear you. Everyone has different ways that their senses work. She told us that some people don't even like the feel of sand or paint because their sense of touch is too sensitive. Some people don't like the taste of certain foods because they're too strong for them. Are y'all like that? Some of you? I think we all have foods we like more than others. She says, yeah, I bet that's why Clay only eats white foods.
What?
The little boy Clay only eats white foods. He's scared of any other color food. I don't like it when my shirt has a scratchy tag. I asked my mommy to take it out. I guess my sense of touch is too sensitive too. We all have 5 senses, but everybody's a little bit different in how our 5 senses work. And now when I see someone who looks or acts differently than me, do y'all ever see someone who looks or acts different? And you're wondering, what's up with that person? Maybe their 5 senses work differently. Maybe they're uncomfortable, or maybe the sound hurts their ears. Maybe they're flapping their hands to help themselves feel calmer. Sometimes I rock to help myself feel calmer. So I'm going to remember to be kind to that person no matter what. We check our schedule and it's time to go home. Mrs. Hope walks Clay to his bus. He pulls his hand away and he turns to me. Clay uses his words, bye-bye Ruthie, bye-bye Ruthie. He keeps saying it over and over. But he does not look at my face. He gives me a big hug though, and he smiles his cutest smile. He made my day again. Mrs. Hope was right. Clay is an exceptionally good friend. Can y'all do something for me? Can you give yourself a hug? And now switch your arms and do it the other way. Can you go and take a deep breath? I want to thank you for listening to Ruthie's story. You looked at me, you were respectful, and it was such a joy to read to you guys. And now you're going to switch it, and you're going to get to hear Clay, what Clay was thinking in his head. You ready?
And hold on, you know what? I love Jason. As soon as you guys said that you were going to read Ruthie's and then you were going to read the little boys. Jason, what did you say to me?
Compare and contrast.
Compare and contrast.
Great.
Very good.
Kiss your brain.
Right?
Excellent.
Yes, that's beautiful. Thank you.
All right, so now, as we just heard, Melissa has been giving you the perspective of Ruthie. Now I'm going to give you the perspective of Clay. The exact same events, the exact same story, but told to you from what he was feeling. So let's take a look. Yep. Okay, here we go. Oh no, Mommy tells me, a new school today. Clay, new friends. What's happening? Who are all these people? I hope they're nice to me. Where's Mommy going? I see my name on the floor where Mrs. Hope points. I stand on it. Music. I love music if it's just right. This music's too loud. Remember when he went in the room, he covered his ears? Because it was too loud for him. It's too loud. It makes my ears pound and hurt. I cover them and I scream. Mrs. Hope turns it down. Just right music makes my heart beat slowly and makes me smile. I hum and spin in a circle. The children all sing, "Welcome to our class," and wave and smile. So he was scared, and the music was so loud, and that's why he was covering his ears when he came into the class for the first time. The Just Right song is over. All the children sit on their names. I kneel and keep humming and swaying. Mrs. Hope holds up a picture of the children sitting in a circle with their legs crossed. I love pictures. My mind is full of pictures. I make my legs cross just like the picture. So he is very able to understand the pictures to tell him what to do. He's less verbal, but he can see the picture and understand what's expected of him. Mrs. Hope shows us all of the things we will do today. I don't understand all of those words, but I can understand a lot from the pictures. I keep checking my picture schedule. I need to know what will happen next to feel safe. A lot of times, don't you want to know what's going to happen so you're not worried? What's going to happen in a few minutes? He likes to know exactly what's going to happen right through the day. And this picture schedule is going to help him understand what's expected of him.
Okay, the picture schedule's like for those of you in my reading class.
Wow.
We have those to see what centers you're going to do, what next. Yeah,
That's
a
wonderful.
picture schedule.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Does it
A
help you
little
out?
girl zooms by on a blue scooter. I stretch out my wings and I make my special sound from Toy Story and chase after her. Zoom, zoom. I love to see the wheels turn and turn round and round. Mrs. Hope takes me by my hand and shows me a picture of a big ball. I fall on the ground and start to cry and scream. I wanted to play with what was going on there. But hopefully I'll understand that there are different activities. Wheels are turning. I have to look at the wheels, Mrs. Hope. Mrs. Hope tries to get me to sit on the yellow ball. No! Ouch! It'll hurt me. The girl on the blue scooter gets a red ball and sits on it. Who's the girl on the red scooter? Do you remember who that is?
What's her name?
Ruthie!
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the little girl that he's looking at. Ouch! No, 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 it's going to hurt me. But the girl on the blue scooter gets on that red ball, sits on it right in front of me. She bounces and counts. 1, 2, 3. Counting makes my heartbeat slow down. I feel calmer. I sit on the yellow ball and bounce and count, just like the little girl, Ruthie. The bouncing and counting makes me feel good. I like it. And almost like that just right music I heard this morning. Trains all in a row. First the big red engine, next the passenger trains, last the caboose. 16 trains all in a row. I lie down so that I can see all the wheels turning, and I smile. My heart is just right. He's not feeling nervous. He's feeling calm. He's feeling relaxed. He's enjoying what's going on now. Another boy takes my passenger train. Why'd he take it? I scream. Has to be 16 trains. 16 trains. Has to be 16 trains. He wants things to be just so. That makes him feel comfortable. That makes him feel calm. Mrs. Hope shows me a story about me. The story shows me that friends like trains also, and that they like it when I share. The story says that I can count out trains and give my friends 8, or Mrs. Hope can set the big timer. And when all the time is gone, then it's my friend's turn with the trains. I really don't want to share, but I choose for now. Mrs. Hope is going to set the timer anyway. My schedule says it's recess time. I search the ground for small rocks to drop down the drain. I love the plop, plop, plop of the rocks as they disappear. I feel calm when I do this. Children run by, and I look at them from the corner of my eye. But I keep dropping the rocks. I see something new. Something just went by me. A big car that bounces on springs. I love to bounce. I hear the children yell my name. I'm scared. But I need to bounce too. Hey, bouncing is fun. I smile and my friends laugh and smile back. Ruthie jumps off the big car and runs. I follow her up the slide and down. That felt great. I still like to drop rocks down the drain, but I like to chase my friend too. They laugh, and when I make loud, silly noises and I laugh too, the kids are so nice to me. I feel so happy at my new school. See, he's not getting nervous anymore. He's not scared. He's feeling more comfortable with his new friends. Every day, Mrs. Hope has all the children choose work off the shelf. There are always new fun things to do. Sometimes I don't want to work. Mrs. Hope says, first do this work, and then you get to choose. She shows me pictures of the work I have to do, and then a picture of my very favorite things, trains. I do my work so that I can play with the trains. I string beads, red, yellow, red, yellow. I sort pom-poms with tongs. I mix colors with eyedroppers. I use pop beads to make a necklace or write letters and shapes in the sand. Mrs. Hope always says this makes our hands strong so that we can be great writers. I want to write my name. Today, the classroom is too loud, too bright, too busy for me. I feel scared and achy. I cover my ears and Mrs. Hope leads me to the safe center. I see pictures of faces frowning, laughing, and crying. I pick the frown face and I hold it. I put a heavy blanket on my lap, take some deep breaths, and I blow on a windmill. I put headphones on my ears to block out the sounds of the class. I feel better. My heartbeat is a little slower now. I feel calmer. I put the sad face away and I leave the headphones on, but now I'm ready to finish the puzzle I was working. So he's calmed down now, he's more relaxed. His teacher realizes he needed a little time to just relax. More words are coming out of my mouth. I hear the other children and love to repeat exactly what they say. I like to carry around the book Mrs. Hope made with pictures of all the different things I like to do. And I can say the words easier now. I get so mad when I can't tell someone what I want. Sometimes I fall down and scream and kick. He gets frustrated. He knows what he wants to say, but he just can't quite find that word. But he's learning, slowly but surely, with the help of his friends and with his teacher. Why don't they know what I want? I wish there were a picture in my book for everything in my head that I don't have a word for. My schedule says it's time to go home. Mrs. Hope holds my hand and we walk to the bus. Ruthie is walking away. I pull away from Mrs. Hope and I have to tell Ruthie, my very best friend, goodbye. I hug her, a big hug. It feels so good sometimes. Bye-bye, Ruthie. Bye-bye, Ruthie. Bye-bye, Ruthie. I'm ready to go home now. And there he goes. Off he goes. So, as we heard, both of the children had a different perspective. Ruthie met a brand new friend, and her friend is adjusting to his brand new school. Thank you to Ruthie and her classmates and her teacher. And thank you for being so attentive. You guys were terrific. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Want to stand up and stretch? Maybe a tree and let the wind blow.
All right.